Hello everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV on the Xbox One console. This is Montana, episode number 27. Thanks for tuning in for another week of excitement, folks. Alright, remember last week when we harvested all of our fields? We've got all of our fields, there's corn and sunflowers, and they're all purple, so that means it is all harvested. The only thing that we're going to focus on today is this section up here where we are constructing a humongous cotton field. So we're going to drive over there and have a look really quick. We've already cleared all of the trees. We've already ground down all of the stumps. And we've got one last load of lumber to take to the sawmill to purchase. But I want to show you, or not to purchase, sorry. One last load of lumber to take to the sawmill to sell. And we're looking at just over $600,000 in the bank from all of those trees. So that was a pretty good money maker. Now we did actually just end up using the claw truck like we did before. Instead of leasing the Lizard flatbed tippable log trailer and the wheel loader and the double forks, we just used the claw truck. It was already here and we haven't used it in a while. So this is going to be our cotton field, folks. It is now just a semi-flat patch of grass that we're going to be plowing and eventually planting. So first things first, we've got to take all of this lumber to the sawmill, get that sold, and then we're actually going to look at getting a larger plow as well, because that Lizard 6-meter subsoiler is just going to take forever with this humongous cotton field. Now this is just the first version of this field. It could get a lot bigger depending on how much cotton bales we do get or we don't get. If we don't get a lot of cotton bales, obviously we're going to make it bigger because this land can be expanded further than what we've expanded it so far. But let's take a quick minute, get rid of this lumber. We'll zip on over to the sawmill and then we'll be right back. And we have arrived at the sawmill with the last load of lumber. One thing about this claw truck, man, I can't stand it. It only goes 13 miles an hour. Even empty, it only goes 13 miles an hour. Crazy. All right, there's another $27,000 to add to the bank. Now we are all out of lumber to sell. We can finally get down to plowing that field and constructing our cotton business. So we've got a pretty good system so far where we've got those 5 fields. I guess last week was the first time ever that they were all ready to harvest at the same time. That's okay. I want to try and stagger them this time. Maybe we'll plant 3 and then harvest 3, plant 3, harvest 3. We'll see how that goes. I did notice something over here while we were driving to the sawmill off camera. It seems that we have a rogue square straw bale that I completely missed and forgot to pick up. It's right over here on the corner of field number 5. You can see it off in the distance there to your right. It will come into picture here. There it is, right over there. So I think we're going to swing over there. Since we've got the claw truck, we can swing over there, pick it up with the claws, and then we'll just bring it to the bale shop and then sell it. It's probably about $400 or $500 just sitting there on the ground. So let's go. Where'd it go? Well, I think it's hiding in the bushes. Let's go pick that up, and then we'll bring that over to bale sales while we're on our way back to that, I don't know what we're going to call that field. Well, let's call it the cotton field. We don't really need to give it a number. It's strictly going to be for cotton. We're not going to put any other crops there. So it's a good thing that we do have a lot of money in our bank from those trees, because we do need to purchase a cotton harvester. Now, I don't want to go with the John Deere round cotton baler this time. We've used that quite a bit in the past. Whoops. I gotcha? Get in there. This is going to be tricky. This is not meant for straw bales. All right, I think we got it. Let's drop it down. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I don't want to use the John Deere round cotton baler. I think we're going to go with the square baler this time. It's pretty much a set it and forget it. So we can hire a worker. He will bale all the cotton, just spit the bales up the back, and we'll get notified when he's done. So that way we don't have to worry about that. We'll just go and pick up the bales when he is finished. All right, let's get this lone straw bale over to bale sales. All right, here we are delivering the lone straw bale that has hidden from us or escaped us in the past. Oh, let's get this up and over the sides. There we go. We should be able to just hover it over, and there it goes. All right. Good stuff. Oh, look at that. a little over 500 bucks for that one lone straw bale. All right, that'll teach you. Hide from me. All right, let's park the claw truck. And then I think what we're going to do is first we need to carve out the outline of our field. And for that, we are going to use the lizard subsoiler just because it is easier to use. It's kind of like, how do I equate that? It's kind of like using a ruler. It's easy to control because you're controlling it with the tractor. So we can use the larger plow that we've been looking at to color in the middle of the field. To plow in the middle of the field. We'll use the Lizard 6 meter subsoiler for the outline and the outline only because it's only 6 meters wide, and the plow that we're actually looking at is only about $50,000 and it is 12 or 15 meters wide, I believe it is. I can't remember, but we'll see that in a few minutes when we do purchase that. Let's just hop back in the tractor real quick. We'll go grab the 6 meter plow. And then we'll start carving out the outline. I've already landscaped. You'll see that we have long grass here. That's to the edge of where I want to go. I don't really want to go right to the road because that will prohibit the worker from going right to the edge of the field. I think we're already cutting it a little bit close with the boundary lines that we've landscaped in so far. Oh, I've got to... All right, I got to get that header out of the way first before we can grab the plow. I put the corn header right in front of the plow. All right, so alternate plan. Let's jump in the harvester and we'll move that corn header out of the way. I guess just for lack of space, we're running out of places to put things. Maybe we can put one of these well, we did put that shed at the end of field number 1. Maybe we can put something else over there. Maybe we can put the plow over there later. Who knows? We'll figure things out. We've only got the fertilizer sprayer in that one shed over there. You can just see that off in the distance there. So there's still 4 empty bays in that one shed over there by field number 1. Let's get this out of here. All right, we are off and on our way. There's still a ton of room here on Montana, so there's still limitless possibilities for the amount of fields that we can construct or farms that we can make. So I don't want to stop here. I want to pretty much construct the whole map. But the next phase of our plan is the cotton business so that we can focus on more than just cereal crops. And then maybe at some point we can add some animals, maybe. Who knows? All right, so when you plow, when you're making a field, you just have to remember to set it to allow create fields. And then you can just drop the plow and away you go. Remember, important note, when you have it on allow create fields, it will create a field wherever you drive. So you've got to be really careful with that. Lift the plow if you're done with your section, or if you want to just do squiggly lines all over the map and call it a field, then by all means. All right, let's get this outline done really quick and then we'll go grab that new plow that we've been looking at. And here is the end of our outline. This went around in a nice little rectangle. And there we go. So the outline of our field is now complete. We can go into the map and just see the actual size of this. Let's do that now. So we're going to switch to this screen, which shows plowed. And there we go. That is going to be our humongous sized cotton field. Now, it can go right out to the corner of the road. It does get a little bit larger, but we just want to see, we'll get a feel for how many cotton bales we can get out of this field, and if we need to make it bigger, then we will, I guess, but we'll see. I'm aiming for probably 2 to 3 cotton bales out of this entire field. If we get more than that, then there shouldn't be a need to expand it anymore. We should be able to get 2 to 3 cotton bales, no problem, and that will suffice for the cotton business right now. All right, so we're on our way down to the shop. We're going to pick up the plow. Let's just put this on cruise control here real quick. And I think we were looking at a John Deere plow. It is a foldable John Deere plow that this tractor will be able to pull because it doesn't require that much horsepower. We'll see when we get down to the shop, but it will make our lives a little bit easier. Once we have this plow, we can start constructing more and more fields pretty much everywhere, because it won't take that long to plow. It was taking quite a long time to plow with the lizard subsoiler, which is why I kind of staved off creating more and more fields. But now that we can afford a larger plow and still have enough money for the cotton harvester, that's more of an option now. So this is the John Deere plow that we were looking at. It's the 2410 foldable chisel plow, and it is $55,000. And it's a fantastic piece of machinery, so we're going to go and buy that. It is a downloadable mod. You can get that from the mod hub. It's not part of the base game. So if you do want to download that, it's under plows in the mod hub, and it's 4 consoles. So yay. All right, there we go. And let's get over to the field, and we'll start plowing the middle of our cotton field. And while we are on our way back to the field, folks, don't forget, hit that subscribe button for me. It's in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Drop a like on the video and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. You don't want to miss anything. And when you're done that, come follow us on all of our social media campaigns. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. All of those links are in the description of the channel. Then head on over to the featured channel section. You'll see some excellent farming simulator YouTubers there. Go check out their channels as well. Like, subscribe, share, all of that fun stuff. You will not be disappointed. And also, last but not least, we are starting a new giveaway for the month of January. Starts in about 3 days. So January 2nd, that will start, and it will run all month long for the entire month of January. And you could win a copy of Farming Simulator 19 or your choice of any downloadable content. That's your choice of any DLC that Farming Simulator 19 has to offer. It does not include the season's pass, though. I do apologize for that. All right, so watch out for the giveaway. That link will be in the description of the videos in the coming days when it starts. All right, so we've arrived back at the field. This plow is pretty good. I like it so far. It's nice and smooth. And we're going to switch to allow create fields. And we're going to drop the plow. And we're just going to drive. We're going to drive back and forth until there's no more grass left, until we've got a good cotton field. And then what we've got to do is we've got to lime and then plant, and then I don't think we need to fertilize, because the planter that we got, the Maze 1 planter, plants everything with fertilizer, so I don't think we need to fertilize, not until the first stage of growing anyway. So let's get this field plowed and then we'll lime. Alright, here is the last of the grass patch that needs to be plowed, and it is done. Our cotton field is now ready for liming. We are one step closer, folks, to starting a new cotton business, which should give us quite a bit of income. This field is pretty big, and the cotton harvester is only 6 meters wide, so we should get 2 to 3 bales, no problem. I think they're 40,000 liters per bale. The only problem now is to figure out where to park this plow that we bought. I think instead of by field number 1, so we don't destroy any crops that we may plant, or we'll just park it over here. We'll put it over here. It's green and it fits with the John Deere baler and the planter, so we'll just back it up and put it in here. And then we're going to head down to the shop. We're going to lease a lime spreader, and we're going to buy a bunch of lime, and then we're going to lime that field and then plant it with some cotton. So we're here at the shop, and our lime spreader is ready to go. We just need to buy some lime. I'm not really sure how much lime we're going to need, so we're just going to buy lime until we don't need lime anymore. There's 1. Let's buy 2, 3, and 4. And let's see how much lime we get after we fill this up. All right. Well, this is fun. Watching lime going into the hopper. There's 1. So we've got 2,000 per pallet, and I think this holds 18,000 liters. So I think if we want to fill it right up, I think we're going to need 9. I'm not too sure. Well, popular math would dictate that yes, we need 9, because 9 times 2 is 18. Add some zeros, get rid of 1, multiply, move some decimals, yep. Probably 9 pallets. Alright, There's 4. And there's the there's the 4th pallet right there. Alright, well, let's get this filled up. So I was kind of right. It actually took about 8.75 pallets of lime. For some reason or other, they were supposed to be 2,000 liters per pallet, but there was a little bit one left over, so we just shoved it off to the side a little bit. Alright, so we're going to lime, and then we're going to plant. So we are off and on our way. And we're simply just going to go around the outside until everything is completely covered with lime. But let's skip to the end of this process, shall we? Alright, we've got about 100 more feet to go and the liming will be done. There's just a few random, very small spots that we need to get. Although it doesn't show up on the map, it is driving my OCD just crazy. There's one right there on your left. There's 3 in total, and I want to get them all. Because it's not 100% if it's not 100%. If it's 99.999, it's still not 100. It needs to be completely covered. There's 1. The other 2 are over at this, and I know it seems crazy. I'm wasting all of this lime for something that really is quite irrelevant to this process. But it is what it is, and it needs to be done. There's another one right there. So we'll get that one done. And there's another one right here. And that's done. Oh, there's 4. Look at that. There we go. And there's that one. Now we are 100% limed. Now we can just put this off to the side. We need to go and grab the planter, and it gives us a good opportunity to utilize the seed pellets that we emptied out of the last seeder that we owned that are just strewn about on the ground here. I do have to figure out something to do with those solid fertilizer pellets, because I don't think we'll be using solid fertilizer again now that we've got the liquid fertilizer sprayer, and the planter uses liquid fertilizer as well. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do. I really wish you could sell unused pallets back to the shop, but you can't. So I think we're stuck with them until we figure out something. I don't know, maybe we'll rent a solid fertilizer sprayer, or at least one for the time being, just so we could use it and get it out of there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Now we're just going to fill the seeder and fill it with liquid fertilizer as well. And then we'll get on over there and plant our cotton field. Alright, seed is now full. And yeah, this is solid fertilizer. We can't use that. Yeah, alright. So we need to where is, oh, it's over there on the farm. Yeah, this is solid fertilizer. I was right. We can't use that. All right, straight ahead. There we go. So we did kind of put this in a weird position. We could really only fill it when there's no crops growing, but that's okay. We don't really need to fill it until there's there's no crops growing anyway when we need to fill it, because that's why we're filling it. So either way, it works out. Alright, so we're full of seed, full of fertilizer. We switch over to cotton, there we go. And now we can head on over to our field. All in, we are still looking at, $580,000 in the bank. So we're still good. I think the cotton harvester is $485,000. So that is quite a major purchase on our part. But it needs to be done, because now we have a cotton field. Well, not yet anyway, but we will have one in a few short minutes when we start seeding. Alright, so same thing as the plowing and the liming. We're just going to go around the outside, then fill in the middle, and then we will be done. And then we'll see what else is on the docket for today. Here we go. All right, cotton is going in the ground. We are off and running. All right, here we go. The cotton planting is just about finished. This is the last little strip of lime that needs to be covered. It's so much easier to seed when you're seeding over top of lime, because you're just coloring over the whiteness of the field with the seed. So there we go. That is all done, and I think that is going to wrap up this episode for today. We've got nothing left to do except, wait for the first stage of growing for our cotton so we can fertilize it, And then next episode we will, almost took out that plow, and then next episode we will seed 3 of these fields. We've got, 6 fields to plant, or 6 fields to reseed, so we'll do 3 next week and then 3 the week after. And then hopefully we can alternate so we're not harvesting all in one episode or all in one day. And then we're not planting all in one day as well. So we can sort of stagger the workload a little bit. Seeding and then harvesting, fertilizing, and then seeding and then harvesting, fertilizing. I think that'll work out a little bit better. Let's get some more of this seed off the ground. We'll just put it in the seeder because we've got to do something with those leftover pellets that are just laying around. All right, we're going to clean this up. We're going to put some equipment back, and that is going to wrap up this episode, folks. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Farming Simulator 19, played on the Xbox One console. This was Montana, episode number 27 in our series. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And for now, this is me saying, hey, see you later.